Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gugu. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, you are a regular subscriber, a regular watcher. Thank you so much for subscribing and being a part of this little family. For now, it's growing. But anyways, in today's video we will be talking about what it means to be an au pair and how you can become one. So if you're interested, please do continue to watch. If you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe. It helps me, it helps my channel out, and let's be friends on social media. Period. Why do I do that? I just got a message, guys. Oh, thank you. A little caveat. I always say randomly, I just say thank you sometimes when I want to say thank you. And a lot of the time I'll be with my host kid, the youngest one, and when we're at McDonald's I'll pay, and then they'll give me back my stuff and I'll be like, oh, thank you. And then the other day we were at the shop and then the cashier packed up our stuff and he had picked out a toy. I paid, and then the cashier gives him the toy. He's like, okay, here's your little toy. And then he goes, thank you. It was the cutest thing, you guys. I will make a video about why you should au pair, the pros and cons. Those are the pros, because these kids, you guys, man, you really impact them. Whether it's good or bad, it's questionable, but you really do impact lives, right? Okay, anyways, how to become an au pair. So as I said, in America you have to go through an agency. You cannot do this one man. You have to go through an agency. In Europe, Australia, Canada, those countries, I think you can do it alone. I know of sites where you go there and the host families are there already. You make your own application, you do everything by yourself, step by step. You choose your own family, you are there, you know what I mean? But in America and in some countries in Europe, you do go through agencies, or you have to. You can go through agencies for all of the countries. I think you can. And excuse me, my advice would be go through an agency. Go through an agency because it's just easier, and you have an accountability partner type of thing. You will save yourself so much stress, I think, if you go through an agency, if you go through a good one. Caveat, if you go through a good agency. I think this is the time to warn you guys that there are scammer agencies out there. I know it's not the cutest thing, but there are people who are out there trying to scam us au pairs, right? So you have to choose an agency that is reputable, an agency that has people who have gone through it and has files, receipts to show that here we've done this and people have come out alive, you know what I mean? So yeah, there are shady sites, there are shady adverts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram of these people or agencies that can get you to other countries and da. I think one tip I will give to suss out the scammers is that normally, I'm not saying all of them do this because I don't know for sure, but normally agencies, especially for the US, they will only ask for your money once you are placed. Once you have a family, once you are placed, that is when you will pay the money for the agency fee or the coming here fee or whatever. Some agencies you pay in bulk, some of them you pay each time you pass a certain step. So that is what I will tell you. Now, scammers normally they will ask for the money up front. They will say, give me 10,000 rands, 1,000 pounds. I don't know where you're from. And they will ask for the money up front, and they will say, we will get you to that country. Give us the money and we'll get you there. That is normally a scam. That is normally a scam. Also, these agencies, they only ask for the money afterwards. So that is a tip to suss them out, but I'm not saying that all of them do. So do your research. yeah. So how to become an au pair? You go through an agency. That's step number one. You have to choose an agency to go through. I personally am with Au Pair in America, and I will later be doing a video on the process and steps for Au Pair in America specifically, and what to expect and because that's the agency I know. I can't really speak on other agencies, but I can try and find au pairs and friends, and I can get them on here and we can have a little discussion about it in the future, maybe. No promises. So first step is to get an agency. Some agencies in America are right over here. I will list them out. For Europe, I will list them out right over here. Some agencies that you can use to pay in Europe, Canada, Australia, those countries. For America, normally you have to be a basic English speaker. You do not have to be perfect in English, but think about this: you are in a foreign country, no one knows you here. So if you can't communicate and get around, you're going to struggle. And also, some people, they don't find their perfect match right away. And if you're trying to communicate with this family your issues, or you're trying to communicate anything, in fact, and like the bare minimum, like I know of girls who really especially from like the Spanish speaking countries, who really speak bare minimum English, and they struggle. They tell me that they do struggle. I just don't think, if you don't speak good enough basic English, I don't think this is for you. Because if you have a problem, if you are not even have a problem, if you are lost at the shops, if you are at the mall, if you are reading out important documents, you're opening a bank account, they're explaining to you what needs to be done, what you need to do. Like, if you're not understanding the language, mate, I think that's one of the things that deterred me from au pairing in other countries such as Europe, non-English speaking, because that scares me, honey. Like, think about it. Imagine now you are upset, right? You're upset, and for me, when I'm upset, even though I do speak a lot of English, as you can hear, a lot of the time I will switch to Vernac. I will switch to isiXhosa or isiZulu. I will throw in a bit of Setswana, Sotho, everything. Now, if you can't even speak the English, your instinct is Vernac. These people won't understand you. They won't understand you. You won't be able to communicate clearly what you're feeling here when the emotions are bubbling up. So I just really think, like, even if you're not angry, like when it's any emotion, if you're lost, if you're scared, like, I just don't know how you will survive if you can't speak the language. Okay, that was long for literally no reason. Next requirement is a high school. You have to be a high school graduate, secondary school graduate, or equivalent in South Africa. You would have to be a matriculant. You have to be above 18 or older, and by that it means by the time you touch down in the US. You can start your application earlier on. You can start it when you are 17. You can start it before your 18th birthday, whatever. You can even get approved for the visa, everything, before you are 18. But when you touch down into the United States, you have to be 18 to 16. 18 to 26 is the age requirement. So again, 26 you can be here, 26 you can apply, but you have to touch down in the US when you are 26. You can't touch down when you are 27. So you can be 26, touch down, turn 27 the next day, doesn't matter, as long as you are here. So that's how it works, you understand? So yeah. So you will have to have a physical check. Again, these are requirements for America. have a physical check just to check that you can actually do the job, you are mentally fit, you are physically fit, like
physically fit, physically fit, physically fit, woman, physically fit, physically.
Like not fit, like just able to do things. If you are maybe disabled or your mobility is compromised in any way, then that would be a conversation that's needed to be had between you and your agent, you and your host family, or you and whoever is in charge of that. I wouldn't know. You have to have no criminal record, you have to be unmarried, single. You have to be a single Pringle. By that it just means unmarried. You can have a fiance. I know people who are engaged, and here kudos kudos to them. I know people who are engaged in here, so you have to just be unmarried. That is the main thing. You have to have no kids. For most of the agencies, I do know that there is one agency that allows you to have kids. You just, yeah, basically no dependents. You would just be helping yourself if you just don't have any dependents. I will find out the name of the agency though. You have to have driving experience. For most families, you don't, and for most agencies. So for most agencies, you have to have a driver's license, even if your family doesn't require you to drive. And even if you get here and you end up not driving on the opposite side of the road, on the opposite side of the car, whatever, you have to have a driver's license. And for me, if you are going to au pair in America, I would say get that driver's license sorted as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I say this all the time. That is the number one thing. If you don't have that driver's license, guys, driver's license, passport, get it done. Get them done. Don't wait for the agency to tell you to. Don't wait for anybody. Get those things done, because they will hold you back. Once you're ready, you're like, okay, I'm ready, my bags are packed. Yeah. And then lastly, the most obvious one obviously is that you need childcare experience. Most of the agencies require you to have at least 200 hours of childcare experience, but most people have 500 or more. Like if you have 200 on the dot, you have to have a lot of things that can back you up, like a long time driving experience, or you are working in corporate, or you have a degree. I don't know, you have to have something, you know, that can boost your application, that can make you enticing to these host families. Because if you just have, if you're just straight out of high school, you just have 200 hours of experience, you're gonna struggle. They also do count, they do take into account, last time I checked or when I applied, taking care of family, but that shouldn't be your first one. They don't prioritize that one. They prioritize professional childcare experience, so babysitting for other people, working in a preschool, volunteering with children, I don't know, doing something, extra classes, tutoring, stuff like that. So yes, I would advise you to get as much childcare experiences as you can. 200 hours is just simply not enough. Yeah. So the process then with the agency, once you now have your agency, you meet the requirements, you are ready for this. So now you have the agency. The agency will basically help you with everything. They will take you step by step, so you don't have to worry or think about everything all at once. They will take you step by step, which is why it's great to have an agent. So normally it will be the application, and then your profile will go online, which means that families can then view your profile. For American agencies, I don't know any way you can choose for yourself. For most of them, you wait for the family to contact you. Basically, your application is done, it goes online, you wait. Nothing else is in your control. You just wait for people to contact you, which is why I said, you know, it depends on what you get, it depends on what you're willing to tolerate and whatnot. Some people are fortunate, they match with they talk to 20 families before they find the match, and some people, they'll have one match after 3 months. Some people will have the first match in a week, I mean, not first match, first family reach out to them in a week and then not have another family for like another 3 months or whatever. Like it's all so individual, and you really can't, it's not a one size fits all type of thing. So yeah, you pretty much just wait. And for me, that was where faith came into play. I prayed to God. I prayed to God for the family that I wanted. I wrote it down. I made it plain as it says in the word. I wrote it down, made it plain. I prayed over it. I prayed about it. You know, my family prayed, my mom. We were all like, just give us the right family, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Yeah. And you know, you always leave that little room. You're like, God, if it's not your will, then it's not your will, and we understand, you know, because God is not working for me. God is God, and we are living for him. So if it wasn't his will to get all that I wanted, then it was fine with me, because I know that everything works out for my good, because I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. So even when things don't go exactly my way and it hurts, I know that there's better coming. There's a reason why. There's a reason that benefits. There's a reason that's for my betterment, basically, is what I'm saying. God is always watching out for me, and that is what I believe. So that is where faith came into play for me, and I really, at that point, really wanted to find a family really fast, really quickly. I keep saying really, I'm sorry for that. But that is where it came into play. So prayer and faith for me was the next step. After my profile went online, and lo and behold, I found my family within a week, matched everything, boom 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 boom, I was out. But yeah, so your profile goes online, you wait, a family contacts you, you go through interviews, you go through multiple calls with this family, you ask each other questions. I will do a video on questions to ask your host family, or questions that your host family could ask you and what you could answer to those. Visa questions, I want to do a video on that because people ask me about the visa a lot. Another caveat, guys, the J1 visa interview is really, I don't know, maybe in South Africa, okay, I'll give you this. I did mine in Cape Town, and it took literally 5 minutes tops. Like, there was a lot of waiting beforehand, obviously, like going in, the security check, like they make it intimidating. But you get there and it's literally like not even 5 minutes. That lady didn't even ask me like 3 questions. I can't even remember what she asked. I'm sure she asked like how many kids I'm taking care of and what are my plans. Like, that's literally it. And then she was like, granted. Like, it's really, but we will talk about it in another video. It depends. They could ask you a lot, but what I'm saying is it's not log. Like, you're not going to be sitting there being interrogated, because these people have things to do and they have other visas to grant. So really, you're not needing to memorize a whole lot, but you have to know a few stuff. So yeah, that's another caveat. So you interview with the families, you know, you negotiate for yourself, you find out what you want, you find out what they expect from you. Could you live with these people for a year? Because in the US, you're not allowed to au pair for less than a year. In Europe and other countries, you can au pair for a period of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and a year or more. But in the US, it's a year or more. You can't au pair for less than a year, unfortunately. So yeah. I'm sorry that I'm talking fast. If I'm talking too fast, I apologize. I'm just trying to get out as much information that I can on this au pair process to enlighten you, so that you can apply and go through this with the smarts equipped from your girl. I got you. Don't stress. Anyways, so after you've interviewed with this family, you've spoken to them, you've spoken to the kids, and whatnot, then you decide that, okay, I'm ready. Then the family will reach out to you. They will send you a matching request. Now it's up to you to accept or deny it. So you accept or you deny. You deny, you go back into the online process, you wait for another family, you accept it. Then the next step is basically departure. You are matched, you sign the match agreement, and then next step is you go over the seas, you fly, honey, you fly, and your au pair journey begins in the USA. Yeah, so that is what an au pair is and how you can become one too. If this video was of any value to you, you learned something new, please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share the video, comment what you would like to see from me in the future, and I will try and deliver. And share the video to anyone who you think it could help or benefit. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, as I said, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps me, it helps the channel out. Thank you. One more thing, caveat, as I said, please do not forget to research yourself. Nothing beats research. You can never research too much. Even if you research to your heart's desire, you're still gonna get here and get a few surprises, but it's better to get a few surprises than to be totally like shocked, or you choose an agency and now things are coming up that you didn't know about. Research. But that is it from me today. Catch you in the next video. Bye.